888-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Chorizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Chorizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schwizo.com. That's schwisow.com.
Prepare for the Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card. Pinnacle Bank Arena, Friday, October 31st. Special guests, The Wonder Years and Dinosaur Pileup. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. The Maximum Fun Tour, a day to remember. Yellow Card.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror, number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
All right. Let's get ready for Bock in the Black Shirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Window World Wednesday with two-time national champion Todd Euler in the house. What's up, guys?
Oh, not too much. Glad to be here. Of course, it is midweek. We got a little bit of a... I know, Terrell, you wanted to put the game away last week, this past week, but we do got to talk to Todd a little bit about it. But this Northwestern game approaching Nebraska, obviously very important for a bounce back. You thought it was a bit toxic and bad this week. Another loss would certainly add to that. So it'll definitely be interesting as we lead into it. I've been looking a little bit more at Northwestern as we get ready for that. They're on a 4-game winning streak. They're 3-1 in the Big Ten. This isn't your just kind of layover Northwestern team, as Nebraska probably has learned over the years. Shouldn't expect, as these games have been good, but this is a pretty darn good team coming in here.
This is a good team. We're gonna go more deeper on Northwestern starting tomorrow. But I did write one thing down that I wanted y'all to check out between David Braun and Matt Rule. Both of them are at year 3 at Northwestern in Nebraska. Braun is 40 years old. His record is 17-5. His Big Ten record is 10-12. and he's 1-0 in the bowl game. Now, when you look at the other side of it, you see Matt Rules, who's 50, third year at Nebraska, 17-15 record, the same. Both of them 17-15, 9-13 in the Big Ten, and both of them are 1-0 in Big Ten. I mean, in bowl games. So, this is very similar teams right here. I mean, I know they had one great year. I think it was his first year when Pat Fitzgerald first got fired. I think they went something like 9-3. Then they bought
8-5.
8-5.
He was Big Ten Coach of the Year for that, though.
That was a great job for that program who was in distress and had all those things going against them. But when you look at both of these coaches, this is fairly even coaching when you look at it. So this game is going to be decided by on the field play.
Yeah,
I'm tired of
dogfight.
Last week was a dogfight, but we didn't fight back.
We didn't show.
Yeah.
We're a small dog.
We stayed on our change.
Yeah.
When you get one of those little dogs that do nothing but barking, and the closer you get,
I got one of those,
and he runs back in the house. I think that's what we did Friday night. But hopefully again we don't have a repeat of what happened Saturday this week. All right, Eula, what was your thoughts on the Minnesota game?
if we have to.
I got most of my frustration out Saturday morning on the Power Hour, but I mean, obviously didn't come out and weren't firing on any cylinders. It seemed like, especially in the second half, just disappointed, right? Disappointed at how far we felt as a fan base that the team had come, getting ranked, and then just kind of getting taken out behind the wood shack and having it handed to us in the second half there. Not a lot of fun. It was not fun watching. It has not been a fun week, except for the fact that we got another game and we got to prepare for that. And so let's put it behind us. All right. Hopefully we learn something from it. Was really personally disappointed in the fact that we didn't try to run the ball the way I thought we should have. Like, we should have been able to run the ball on these guys. But we just didn't even really try. It didn't seem like, and we get a couple good runs and then we'd stall. So I'm not the coach, but I really thought we would establish the run a little bit better. And then just obviously the sacks, like it's heartbreaking for our O-line to give up, Minnesota's record number of sacks. That's just disheartening. So things got to get better. And I said from the get, every one of these Big Ten games is going to be a dogfight. You got to be ready for a fight. And you're right, Terrell. We didn't get off the chain. We're the little dog barking, and when the big dog showed up, turned and kind of ran. So let's hopefully we come out and we get off the chain this weekend and get after it. Early kickoff. So I think that'll be interesting. This is the earliest game we've had, right?
11 o'clock.
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
Pre-game is at 8.
8, yeah.
So soon you get up, brush your teeth, come on down.
Yeah.
All right. Game day is Saturday at Memorial Stadium, 11 a.m. kickoff. Fox Sports 1. 62 degrees, southeast wind, 10 miles per hour. Euler, you listen to some of the interviews that the coaches have done, and Rule said something that caught my eye when he said that he has not a bunch of prima donnas, but what did he call they felt entitled.
Yeah.
When he said that about the entitled part, he kind of lost me on that one. I mean, if you have an entitled team, I think you get it from whoever let this entitlement go that long.
Yeah, I've said this all along with the new NIL stuff, is that it's going to be really difficult to keep kids from feeling entitled. And I don't think it's just a Nebraska issue. I think in general, like we'll always go back to when we were here, like we weren't getting paid. And if you wanted to get paid, you had to get to the NFL, right? So the coach said jump, you said how high, right? And if you didn't, you were gone. Now hey, we've invested this money in you. The coach says jump, and you say, nah, I don't want to. What's the coach going to do? And I think that gets, once again, has to be the standard, and it comes from the top, right? So and once again, we've built phenomenal facilities. We've given, I was listening to Anthony on the segment before, these guys have everything they've ever need in life, and it makes it hard. You watch the guys that do really well in the past came from nothing because they had no other choice. And now you're giving them all of this, luxury in college to compete with all the other programs in recruiting. And I think that's become the entitlement thing. And once again, I don't think it's just a Nebraska issue. I think that's probably across the board. And I've said I don't envy any college head coach right now with what they've got to try and do. So Signetti's obviously doing something right. Day is obviously doing something right. Oregon coach, although they did get beat by Indiana, but it's the Big Ten. I think the entitlement, it's going to be tough to deal with that with these NIL deals because, at the end of the day, they got paid. I can't imagine how hard we would have worked if we were getting paid stupid money. Would we still do what we did? You know what I mean? Kind of hard to say.
Kind of hard. Some people got paid in some ways, probably. Yeah. So you never know. Happiness,
not to the extent.
Happiness, clothes, pictures, selling, stuff like that.
I get it.
It's nothing like this though.
No.
Just John Butler. Bock, you got John Butler, don't you?
Yeah.
Play the clip when he said when the long run happened. That's that. I'm gonna because I got something leading up to. That's why I want him to get this early.
We started off pretty strong the first two drives, got into a decent rhythm, and then after that explosive run, that probably affected me more than it should, and it shouldn't. Every play has its own life. So what's going to happen on the next play is not about what has happened on the previous play. So kind of a what's next mentality. I've got to stick to the plan and say, regardless of what happened on the previous play, we still got to approach the game with an aggressive mentality. A little bit of a learning experience for, I think, all of us. But
all right. I played in a game, Washington State. They scored on us on the second play of the game. I'm talking about 80 yards on our black shirts that didn't give up but 70 yards a game. But it shell-shocked us. But as a coach, you got to get your guys back and you got to regroup. Here's the thing that I'm not seeing that Nebraska's coaches have done this year. Rule number one, when you come out the field as a defensive group, first series, ask your guys what's going on out there, what they're doing different. Communication between coaches and players is the best thing that can get the wheels going better or much faster, and then everybody being confused when you come off the sideline. Coach Craig Bowl used to ask us, what are they doing different that you see that we didn't go over on film? Guys have to know that, Bob. Coaches have to know that. Coaches want to know that. And I see the lack of not leadership, but experience on this defense that guys don't go to their coaches and say, hey, coach, they're doing something different that we didn't see in practice. This guard is coming straight out to me instead of blocking down, box, stuff like that. So you got to have more communication. And communication is in the best in every world.
Right.
Relationships, jobs,
you name
work, everything. Even in Call of Duty, communication is everything, even though we got on mics. But as a unit, as a defense, as a whole, as a team, everybody should know this right here, that have a talk with your group after the first couple of series of the game to get an idea of what they're doing, what you can do to stop it, or how can we slow it down. And I haven't seen that from this team probably when they get in bad situations.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. The communication, and obviously you game plan it out on what they did in the past, and obviously they're game planning for what we did in the past, and there's going to be different things, right? So they're going to throw wrinkles in. We're going to throw wrinkles in so that, and that, I don't know, the long run, I'm struggling with the rush, like stopping the rush right now. Why are we not able to do that? And having big plays like that, they're backbreakers that has to be addressed and has to be stopped. So, and I think communication's key. Obviously, safety taking a better angle might work too, from what I saw, and not calling anybody out, right? But it was just a really bad angle.
That's kind of my reaction to the whole thing. Is kind of interesting. Is that John Butler seems to be getting, he kind of got the vanilla game plan treatment, I suppose, from Matt Rule, and they both felt that way. I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to say, but you scored 6 points. Yeah. You're not going to win a whole lot of games scoring 6 points. The defense could play better, absolutely. Was it the vanilla game plan that got in the way? Maybe here and there, but a lot of that too was not game plan based. It was you had guys in the right spots. They just didn't tackle. If I'm the defense, to me, what they struggled with this past week was tackling more than a game plan.
You got to get guys out there who really want to tackle, Bock, who really wants to play. I'm not seeing that from these guys right here, and especially the physical part. I mean, you can't blame yourself as a coach saying your team is not physical ready. Your team supposed to be physical by the end of camp. Your team supposed to be that's goal number one right there. When we came in 1990, let me go back to the 90s again. Our number one goal was to be the most physical team on the field. Mm-hmm. That's goal number one. Not the most beautiful team in college football.
Right.
We don't want to be that. We want to kick your butt. We want to make you feel it Sunday morning. And that's something you don't teach. Can't teach nobody how to be physical. Football is already physical, Bob. That's the part of it. That's part of football. Physical. Get up. Get knocked back down. Physical.
Yeah.
Get cut block. Get right back up. Physical. Now, the text line. Y'all are doing some pretty good questions right here. These are questions that I like. Now, I want your name from 0419. I want your name from 6254 0537. I want your name so we can put it in here so we can have something to call you because your texts are great. All right, here we go. 6254. Players need to treat their time in college as a dress rehearsal for the league. How do you handle your business with a little money in your pocket? Hard to be a dog when you're sleeping on silk sheets.
Love it.
Great answer right there. And that comes from what part did Matt Rule call this team? Entitled. Mm-hmm. Entitled. I didn't feel entitled at Nebraska till I won a national title.
Didn't even really feel it then.
And I didn't feel entitled then because I didn't get anything for it. I did get the key to the city after I won the first national title in my hometown. It doesn't open anything, but hey, Buck, give me 6254 Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that one. All right. 0449 says, I'm sorry. I didn't realize the event is next week. I won't be able to go. Please give my tickets to somebody else who can go to the concert again. What is this one, Bock? I forgot.
This is when we gave out some tickets to the Yellow Card concert, so we'll have to find somebody else to win them, I guess. That's good news for everybody else.
Who card?
Yellow Card.
That's a group.
If I could find you. No,
don't do that, Bock. All right. Bock, I like this one. Players in the 90s were soldiers. Today's players are paid mercenaries.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And NIL will mess college football up. The next thing you know, college players will be making more than NFL players if we don't watch it. The way they getting paid now.
Yeah, some of them make more than some of them already.
Yeah. Probably more than CFL players. Because I know when I was in Canadian football, I only made $149,000 that year.
I think Carson Beck and Archie Manning both are probably making
$6 million.
Making more than NFL quarterbacks on starting NFL quarterbacks right now.
All right. 0739 says the team wasn't part of this due to Rule not squashing the rumors. It will get worse until it is resolved 100% on him.
My take on the whole, like I said, as soon as James Franklin was fired, that it was the worst thing that could happen for Nebraska football. There's no answer Rule could give you that was not going to be a distraction. Even if he comes out and says, I'll sign a 10-year contract extension. Like, there's no answer that was not going to distract us last week. Now that's done. And I think as a team, they're probably over it after getting, hit in the face the way they did over and over and over. And it's like, okay, we've got to focus on, Northwestern and going 1-0 this week. So I just think it was going to be a distraction no matter what.
What makes you think that Rule's going to get that job? Why?
I have no idea.
State don't need rebuilding. They just need to tighten up.
I have no idea why anybody thinks that. I get the ties and all that stuff, but I don't know. I am really clueless as to what's going to go on there.
All right. Window World Wednesday is in effect. 93.7 The Ticket. Bock in the Black Shirt. We'll be right back.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Prepare for the Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow card. Pinnacle Bank Arena. Friday, October 31st. Special guests, The Wonder Years and Dinosaur Pileup. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. The Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow card.
Schwizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schwizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at Schwizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com. Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Diode Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Diode Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diode Tech online at diodetech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
When the clock strikes zero after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinnie Krikak of State Farm Insurance. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's Window World Wednesday, and it's in effect, and we are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Barrett.
Excavating.
All right, Bock, get it going.
It is time for the IBA $1,000 cash contest keyword. Text the word I give to you into 508-777-1000. Head to our website, theticketfm.com, to click on Cash Blitz to enter. Give you a second to pull out your phone or open the site. I don't think you can win, I think, because you're on the show. But you might be able to. All right, today is Widow World Wednesday. So we'll get to the word for Wednesday. All right, today's keyword is spree. That's spelled S-P-R-E-E. Text S-P-R-E-E to 508-777-1000. Remember, every keyword you enter is another chance to win. One lucky listener will take home $1,000 tomorrow around noon. Don't wait. Get that keyword in now.
$1,000. Let's go.
All right, Bock. I'm just gonna read some of these questions, these texts off before I hit this next one. Who is this? Shim from Halem or something. Slim. Is that Slim?
It says a Shim from Halem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shim.
Feel like there's no real leaders on that are going to make others accountable. Like really made accountable, not just geez, guys. Come on. The real guys.
Come on, guys. Come on. What you doing out there? Yeah.
9113 says, I understand the restrictions, but if you're physical and going to be full speed at practice, what's showing game? Coaching B-Hop.
Yeah. We went full steam.
I wonder how many days a week they're in full pass.
2.
Like that's pretty decent. I mean,
it's just not as much contact.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of button up. Some days I hated full pass, but you had to do it.
I never knew the word thud existed in college. Did you?
Well,
thud.
I call thud like on game day when you're going like right before the game and you're doing the one-on-one drills tackling. That's a little thud up right
this
there.
Is full team thud. Which, once again, I a lot has been implemented since we played for the safety of the players, but it also is like really. How do you become more physical if you're thudding up? And I had to get USA certified for youth football and learned a lot of this stuff through that. Learned, what thud was and different things. And I can't tell you if I taught my teams that or not. I'm not going to say. But I wanted to be the most physical, 6th grade team out there. So
right.
We had tough practices but yeah, I think it's everybody should be practicing on the same level, but are we, from what I can tell, there's just not as much contact. And is that good? Is that bad? It's obviously hasn't panned out for us yet. The last 15 years or longer. So I don't know.
They said they're going to do a lot of tackling drills this week.
Well, they do tackling drills every week.
Yeah. Well, you would hope that, more of an emphasis on it, I think, this week.
All right, Bob. When we look at the Big Ten standards, who besides Indiana, Ohio State, Oregon has a legitimate chance of making the CFP? Now we have to start talking about the CFP because it's getting closer, Bob. Bob, I don't see the Big Ten having 4 teams this year.
It might be hard. You look at it, I mean, obviously any team with 2 losses still kind of statistically could do it if you get to 10-2. But do you trust any of these teams to do it? I mean, all the 5-2 teams I can list out right now: Northwestern, USC, Iowa, Michigan, Minnesota, Illinois, Nebraska, Washington. From that group, it doesn't feel like there's necessarily one
like they're going to win all their games.
Yeah, they're all going to beat each other up more than likely.
Somebody's going to have to lose a 3rd game.
Now, Illinois is one that I would keep an eye on. They have of course, they got shellacked by Indiana. How much would that be held against them? They did beat USC. The remaining schedule, again, for the 5-2 Fighting Illini, big one this week at Washington. Rutgers, Maryland, at Wisconsin, and Northwestern. So maybe
they need this game.
Yeah, they need this game.
Oh yeah,
they need this game right here. If they can get this one, and then they're
ranked.
Got a chance. What are they ranked right now?
Let me see. Illinois,
17 or something,
somewhere around there. Yeah. See, number 23.
Number 23.
Yeah.
Long way to go. Bob, these are the teams right here with the highest percentage chance to make the playoffs. When we talk about the CFP playoff, Ohio State 96%, Indiana 94%, Alabama 90%, Texas A&M 84%, UGA 82%, Oregon 76%, BYU 52%, Ole Miss 49%, South Florida 46%, Miami 44%, OU 43%, Texas Tech 42%, Georgia Tech 41%, Texas 39%, Vandy 34%, Mizzou 32%, Notre Dame 30%, Tennessee 18%, USC, Illinois, LSU, and Michigan 15%, Virginia and North Texas 14%. I'm thinking probably two from you might get two, probably three from the ACC. I mean, I looked at an article and they was talking about that. You got Georgia Tech, you have Miami, and then you have a 6-1 Virginia team who's at number. Well, I don't know where they're ranked right now, but
Virginia's 16th right now.
Yeah. But if you look at that, Bob, the SEC is lined up for three teams right now.
The ACC and Louisville's another one, 5-1.
Yeah.
You know, they could fight in there. So the ACC is turning out some good teams. You look at the Big 12; it's hard to imagine really. You know, the Cincinnati, maybe if they can continue to make their run. Texas Tech and BYU are going to be in that conversation. But yeah, it's interesting. The Big 12, or excuse me, the Big 10 just doesn't. You know, the SEC is loaded with teams in the top 25 that are going to have their opportunities. They're just it's as we went through it, kind of a smaller opportunity. One more team in the Big 10 that I did want to highlight though might be Michigan. Michigan's got Michigan State this week, Purdue, Northwestern, Maryland. That opens up well. Of course, the final game is Ohio State, but it is at home, and I know it looks like a mismatch. No one's going to pick Michigan, but they have been winning those games. Yeah,
I'm going with Ohio State this year.
I think most people will,
Michigan.
but yeah,
you taking Michigan? Yeah,
I think they've owned them, and they got enough talent to beat them. And you know, once again, that game won't mean it as much. I mean, I know it doesn't mean as much in the grand scheme of national championships, right? So does Ohio State even need to play their starters in that game?
They might have already locked up a Big Ten championship opportunity,
right.
and you know, obviously a college football playoff opportunity by the time that game comes around.
You could almost say, hey, we're gonna play our starters the first quarter and let the backups play and see what happens.
Who was the group of 5 team, Bob? Is that South Florida?
It looks like it. South Florida's got a big one, and it could come down to this matchup this week. South Florida's got a big one with Memphis this week. If you paid attention last week,
lost last
Memphis
week.
did lose last week, but you know, remember, it's not if somebody goes undefeated, one group of 5 team will get in, whether they're undefeated, 1 loss, 2 loss, whatever it might be.
So it's 12 teams in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
So if you take the 12 team off right now, which is Notre Dame, and replace them with South Florida, then you're looking at BYU 7-0, Vanderbilt 6-1, Miami 5-1, Ole Miss 6-1, Georgia Tech 7-0, and no 2-loss team is in there, Bob.
Yeah,
and Notre Dame is the only 2-loss team who hung around most of the year. I don't know how they stayed in so low after losing 2 straight games, but they was able to stay in. I would put Louisville in front of Notre Dame. I would put all the 6-1 teams in front of Notre Dame.
Well, Notre Dame right now is kind of living on quality of loss, right? Now that Miami's lost, that hurts them a little bit. Texas A&M's still up there. If Texas A&M loses again this week, or loses for the first time, I should say, this week to LSU, that will hurt Notre Dame's argument on all of it. But that was kind of the path from the beginning, is they could lose those first 2 games, and if they win out, they're probably in. Most impressive victory so far being the USC game this last week.
Yeah. Adam says, you guys want a good laugh. Check out the top 25. Look at the SEC teams that are 5-2. Then look at the Big 10 teams that are 5-2.
Yeah.
Why the disparity? Let's see. Let me see.
Like LSU's 5-2, Tennessee's 5-2. Those teams are ranked 70th or 17th and 20th. Texas ranked 22nd at 5-2. Then you go over looking at the Big Ten. To his point, the Michigans, the USC's not ranked despite having 2 losses. Now Illinois is with 2 losses. Excuse me, Michigan did fight in the back end there. Now they're 25th, so it's not all that big of a difference now.
Yeah, they'll lose anyway. LSU is not a top 25 team. They'll knock themselves out before anything. Tennessee still has
a big game this week.
Tennessee still has probably some big games left. I don't know who's left on their schedule, but let me see. I'm right here on it. They're 9th in the Big I mean, the SEC right now. So Tennessee has Kentucky, Oklahoma, New Mexico State, Florida,
and
Vandy.
The battle for Tennessee.
Yeah, so they're not scot-free yet. And I did say before the year that a 9-3 team might make it to the playoffs, but I don't know. It depends how it goes out.
And obviously, I do want to point to the group of 5 team that right now would probably make it would be Navy. So you're looking at a lot of the battles through the American Conference. Navy hasn't lost, obviously. They'll still play Notre Dame in South Florida and Memphis, though, to end up their schedule. So probably is going to catch up to them there.
All right, Bach. Let's look at some of the games. Let's look at some of the prices this week, Bach, on some of these tickets, because I seen one that was high. Indiana, UCLA, $87, Bach. Georgia Tech, Syracuse, $43. You would think Ole Miss and Oklahoma tickets would be high because it's a top 15 matchup. $65. Number 16, Virginia versus North Carolina, $36. South Florida versus Memphis, $32. Alabama, South Carolina, $68. Missouri Vanderbilt. Ooh,
that's the big one, yeah.
$254.
That arguably could be the best matchup of the weekend.
Yeah. BYU, Iowa State, $71. Illinois, Washington, $20. Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, $129. Baylor, Cincinnati, $47. Memphis, Mississippi State, Texas, $25. Wisconsin, Oregon, $83. Stanford, Miami, $9.
$9.
Nice.
Texas A&M, LSU, $149. Boston College, Louisville, $24. Michigan State, $98. Tennessee, Kentucky, $59. Houston, Arizona State, $74. $254 for the, which one was that one? Vandy?
Yeah, that's the highest one.
Woo.
Nebraska, by the way, if you don't have your ticket yet, $30.
$30.
Not too bad. Yeah.
That ain't bad.
I always say when the team loses, that's your chance to go see them. Easy. Prices go down.
We can go DoorDash for an hour and get us a game ticket, guys. I'll get it for us. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock The Blackshirt. We'll be right back.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off. Mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm, safe, and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. From now through the end of November, Ferndale fresh turkeys are just $3.99 per pound and in limited stock, perfect for your holiday meals. Plus, you can stop by for lunch on Fired Up Thursday at the Mercado East or Fired Up Friday at the Mercado North. With locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha, get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SartorHeyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Prepare for the Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow card. Pinnacle Bank Arena. Friday, October 31st. Special guests, The Wonder Years and Dinosaur Pileup. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. The Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow card.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
When the clock strikes zero after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinny Krekak of State Farm Insurance. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right. Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. All right, y'all. Get ready for a long one. My man, Mr. Cornhead JS1. Gentlemen, I feel we should clear the air as we head into the rest of football season. I'm the Cornhead, owner of 5 different cornheads for each national championship. I feel that my reputation and the reputations of others on the text line in Radio Land is being besmirched in regards to peer pressure and football picks after the coaches. The number one main reason for the bad picks and me drinking the big red Kool-Aid is phenomenal one. Not AJ Styles, the phenomenal Attica character. The black shirt defense captain is responsible. Hold on. It's responsible for all this. Carricker and his picks expert assured us that we would be no less than 10-2 going to 2 hours. after the Maryland game, like Adam and Eve, I had no choice but to drink the Kool-Aid. So technically, we were misled by a phenomenal black shirt. At the same time, the voice of reason. Bad News Bock told us not to drink as we were 5-1 last year. So the way I figured Radio Land is 30% responsible and black shirts are 70% responsible for bad picks. Now, here's the thing, Mr. Farley. The teeny tiny people with 0 national championships in Minnesota and Iowa City want us all to turn on each other. As you know, black shirts are held in very high regards, and I just can't do you like that, fam.
Hey, yeah, I mean, plenty of us were drinking the Kool-Aid, as does happen. It's not over. Nebraska's still 5-2, solid record, but could still go 10-2 this year.
Feel great.
I stopped drinking Kool-Aid a long time ago.
It's Roulade.
The Roulade, that's right.
Well, I never had any of that, so but
That's good.
We as fans of college football and the University of Nebraska, we tend to believe a little too much and put our teams on higher standards than they usually are not supposed to be. And I think until we get a 10-2 season or a 9-3 season, we'll continue to suffer with ourselves until we do this as a whole. Only thing I feel like we could do is just trust, and Matt Rule says, but after seeing Friday night's game is hard to imagine, and then with him pointing out certain players or certain things, and to me is throwing your coordinators up under the bus to make yourself feel great. I mean, he did accept responsibility, but how much responsibility did he accept out of that? How much percentage-wise? It seems like it was 40% on the offensive coordinator, 40% on the defensive coordinator, and 10% on him, and the other 10% was not being physical.
Terrell Farley.
Not me.
Well, I do have to, I see 2 texts here. I do have to say, in behalf of Minnesota football, they do have national championships. I might have to go back to the 30s and early 1900s to find them, but Iowa does not. So we'll put that there. I do feel a little bit bad because Old Dad 34 also says, I blame Bock the trader for the Minnesota loss because he is a Fleck fan. I wouldn't have brought in my row the boat towel and all that.
Bock,
yeah.
You did. I think you jinxed
that's because I thought Nebraska was going to win, so I was just kind of playing fun with it. If I knew it was going to be a beatdown 24-6, I wouldn't have done that.
How many on the text line want Bock to bring that Minnesota flag in, and we'll burn it on air?
Oh, absolutely
outside.
not. Now, I say that because years and years ago, and I did this show, I had a Minnesota. Before we joined the Big Ten, I went to Wisconsin. I got a Wisconsin shirt. I didn't really feel one way or the other about it. It was just a souvenir. So I wore it to work once in a while. And before the Wisconsin game in 2014, my coworkers had told me, they said we got to burn that thing or whatever. So we said, all right, let's burn this Wisconsin shirt right before the Nebraska-Wisconsin game. Of course, that was the game that Melvin Gordon ran wild on Nebraska for over 400 yards. So I will never burn anything of mine again before a game. I think that did some sort of bad spirit in the air, bad juju. Yeah, Nebraska football. I would not do that again.
Yeah. Buck, I was going to ask you something. I forgot it that fast.
Yeah,
CTE is bad.
CTE's real.
It's real.
They're saying burn it. They want to burn it, but no. I got to take it with me this
Buck,
week.
the what do they call that chair? The $5 bit chair?
The $5 bits of broken chair trophy,
So
yes.
they had it. Well, we didn't own it, or we ain't won it. So why wasn't here? Was it on display or something?
I think they brought it in for a volleyball match, I believe, because Nebraska, Minnesota didn't play last year. And the idea behind it is to raise money for different foundations. So they wanted to keep doing that. But yeah, I mean, as far as the Nebraska, Minnesota football rivalry, they've owned that trophy for a long time.
Yeah. 7826 says, man, I bet one of my athletes 50 push-ups on Nebraska against Minnesota. And now coach has to drop in front of a class and knock out 50. I need every player to hit 50 now.
Yeah.
We'll get them to do 50 stadium stairs for you. So That'll get them right.
50 rows.
All right, Bock, let's go to break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about this other rivalry, the Paul Bunyan rivalry, the Paul Bunyan Trophy. Bock talked about the Minnesota-Iowa Trophy, which is called what?
The Florida Rosedale.
The Florida Rosedale. That don't even sound like a trophy. That sounds like a state or something. Where you going this week, Bock?
I'm going to Iowa City to see the Battle of the Florida Rosedale.
Say it again.
Iowa City, Minnesota, Iowa, the greatest trophy game in the Big Ten, the Florida Rosedale Trophy, in my mind.
What kind of trophy is it?
It's a bronze pig.
It's a bronze pig?
Yeah, it was from they one time, I think it was the governor of one of the states bet a pig on the game, and they had to hand it over. So since then, they've been fighting for a bronze pig statue.
They did it for a real pig?
Yeah, I believe so. I'll look up during the break to get my facts better.
All right. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more rivalry. Bock the Blackshirt, Win the World Wednesday. Todd Euler.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Prepare for the Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow card. Pinnacle Bank Arena. Friday, October 31st. Special guests, The Wonder Years and Dinosaur Pile-Up. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. The Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow card.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, areas of frost this morning. Otherwise, we'll see lots of sunshine with a light breeze, the high near 66. Tonight, mainly clear skies and calm winds, the low around 38. And tomorrow, areas of frost in the morning. Otherwise, mainly sunny with light winds and the high near 65. I'm meteorologist Kyle Becker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. Schwizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schwizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schwizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Koppel Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Koppel is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Koppel Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at koppelcars.com.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zip line gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley. Defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. It is Window World Wednesday with two-time national champion Todd Euler in the house. Now, guys, I'm going to go over this right here because this is what type of rivalry I want to be in. You know, I always wanted to fight on the field. Never had my chance. You know, like I always
You fight in practice?
snuck a punch here and there on somebody up under the pile. Never got to fighting in practice.
You didn't get a fight in practice?
No, I
That's
just
fun.
those are for big guys, you know.
That's fun.
But the Paul Bunyan Trophy started in 1898. Big rivalry game this weekend with Michigan State and Michigan. October 2022, after Michigan defeated Michigan State, several Michigan State players attacked two Michigan players in the tunnel after the game. Several players were suspended and faced criminal charges. All attended court-ordered programs to have the charges dismissed. 2024, a fight broke out shortly after Michigan won the game. The altercation started when Michigan's tight end Colston Loveland headbutted Michigan State's defensive lineman Anthony Jones. No criminal charges were reported in the incident. There have been others, including one between Michigan and Michigan State's basketball team in March of 2025. Mike Hart calling Michigan State their little brothers. Devin Bush stomping on the Spartan Loco in 2018. Records don't matter in this game because it's personal. Basketball, women and men also heated. Hockey, soccer, all the programs that they have had heated wars. But like I said, I always wanted to. Oklahoma wasn't a rivalry like that to us. We didn't. I never felt the hate part of it. I always felt the.
Yeah,
let's just
you
go.
didn't grow up here.
Yeah, I guess
hated
I
them.
don't. Yeah, but
Well, they weren't very good by the time.
Yeah, well, they weren't
Sure, I'll give it.
horrible.
yeah, like Georgia Tech. That's a good hated rivalry.
No,
you
we
know?
hated Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean we hated
You
them,
grew
but
up
we
here.
we just blasted them when we played them. I mean, it wasn't like and
I get that.
I never been in a
But
game.
that was a lot of fun.
I never been in a game where I've not even seen players fight, scuffles, break out in I mean, I think we almost had one against Florida in the Fiesta Bowl when they kicked Tyrone helmet, but that was a little skirmish. But that was no pushing and shoving, no I'll see you after the game remarks. You know, I never had that type of had that type of animosity against somebody. Eric says, just don't be like VJ and spit on someone. That's not my style. I'd rather beat you by talking your head off and talking about certain things that you don't like in the game. That's how I talk to most players. Like, I know your girlfriend name. I'll look her up. You know, I'll say your dog is now my dog. You know, I'll do the little bitty things. But when you talk about this rivalry, Nebraska has a rivalry like that?
Not like that. And I mean, part of it, you just can't. I mean, you hope the Nebraska Iowa rivalry can maybe bloom into something because there's regionality there. But that's in state. I mean, those are, high school teammates or family members playing against each other over the years. So, there's
Did you know Michigan State was not the name of Michigan State before they changed the name of it? I think it was like MAC or something like that. Michigan Agriculture or something. But
I have to look that up. Yeah. Several schools are kind of like that.
Yeah. So it wasn't Michigan State off the rip, but they play this weekend. So, check that out and just see how hateful the rivalry is and things like that.
Yeah. It looks like Agricultural College of the State of Michigan in 1855, later renamed the Michigan Agriculture College in 1909, before becoming Michigan State College in 1925, and just finally Michigan State University in 1955.
No, I think if you grew up in Nebraska in the 80s, you hated Oklahoma. That was a huge rivalry in the 80s for sure. Yes, we dominated that in the 90s, that was a lot of fun to dominate that series in the 90s.
Todd, would you say, because I get different angles on it, because there was the friendship, obviously, for the longest time in that Oklahoma rivalry between the two historic coaches. Tom Osborne and Barry Switzer, obviously. But I get different views of it because some people will tell me for a long time, it was a rivalry based on respect. So kind of what Terrell's talking about is kind of a rivalry based on hate. Was there a hatred there? Because sometimes, because I talked to different people, my father would argue the longest time he hated them.
I hated them.
He didn't have any. It was not respect. It was a dirty program. They cheated, all that sort of stuff. So it depends on who you ask.
If people asked you who your favorite team was, it was Nebraska and whoever was playing Oklahoma. I mean, that's
there you go. I've heard that before.
And once again, I think it's where you grew up. And, in my family, we hated Oklahoma. If there was a kid down the street that, and I know it's a lot different now, nobody would wear Oklahoma. If they wore Oklahoma stuff in Battle Creek, they got beat up by the Eulers. Like that was going to happen.
That's awesome.
So nobody did it. Right.
Yeah.
So I think once again, it depends on how you grew up. And I looked at it as, that was the biggest game on the calendar every year. And as long as we beat Oklahoma, everything was all right. Kind of like Michigan, Ohio State, right? Very similar to that. I hated to see it go. I was saying that, on break is like, that is just something that we've missed here. And Iowa just isn't what Oklahoma was to us in the 70s, the 80s. Just a lot of history there. We just don't have a ton of history. No national championships between Iowa and Nebraska since we've come to the Big Ten.
Right.
So
the stakes of the game are not near as high.
Yeah. Like you had to beat Oklahoma to go to the Orange Bowl to play for a national championship. Like that was that was how it worked, And so it was a really big game, and it didn't matter, the record. And I think the same thing Terrell's saying with Michigan State right now. It doesn't matter the record. This is going to be a heated game. But yeah, we hated him. I hated him.
Will Rogers never met Barry Switzer. What does that mean? Will Rogers ain't he a singer?
I don't know. Somebody misspeak. I'm not really sure about that one.
Will Rogers. I think he's a singer. I don't know. Matt R said I was always glad to see his teams beat Oklahoma because I knew there was a good program, but I really hated Colorado when we were still in the Big 12. Yeah, I hated Colorado more than I hated. No,
and you should have.
I think the most hated games I played in at Nebraska, it had to be probably Colorado, K-State. They was really mouthy. They fans was really buoy. They was ranked probably in the top 10 when we played them.
And I can see that being how you feel, Terrell, because of the time you came in, right? Versus, since I was 5 years old, watching, 15 years of Nebraska, Oklahoma. When you came in, Oklahoma was really a non-contender, but Colorado they won a national championship in 1990, right? Like, even though they got
I watched Colorado.
That's right.
I watched Nebraska, Oklahoma in 1994. And I think the score was 10-7.
Yeah.
10-7 that game, right before y'all won the Big 8. And I think Oklahoma, because they had Tyrell Peters as a linebacker. I think either it was 13-3 or 10-7. 10-3.
10 to 7 might be
10-3 or something like that in 1994. I'm not for sure, because I watched that game in my dorm in junior college.
Yeah, 13-3, I believe it was.
13-3. Yeah, I probably didn't feel that close on game.
Yeah, Will Rogers is an actor. I forgot where my dad went to a funeral of Will Rogers. Once he died, they had him all over the country because he is an actor. I forgot. I knew that name was familiar because
CTE.
My daddy loves Will Rogers, and he went to a memorial they had for him I think he died probably 5 to 10, some years ago, but and he was a politician, but he was an actor though too. Ronald Reagan was a politician and an actor too though. So
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan played in good cowboy movies back in the days when they had the black and white cowboy movies. So
apparently he said too, one of his famous saying was, "I never met a man I didn't like." So that was kind of what he was trying to.
Never met Barry
Switzer. Barry Switzer. He got the best of Tom Osborne though. When you look at record wise, So, what made them bring Howard Snellenberg back that one year?
No idea.
Has he ever coached for them?
No, I think he might have, and then left, and then came back. I don't know how he ended up there, but he got blasted.
Yeah, I was going to look at the connection there. I don't know. He didn't have any previous tie before 95.
I know, but what made him go to Oklahoma to do that?
I don't know.
He's coming off a Louisville run from 85 to 94, but it wasn't a particularly successful one. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice for sure.
Anything you got, Bock? We're gonna do the Euler report next, and I guess we can talk about the World Series starts in a couple of days.
Yeah, I haven't watched any baseball.
LA Dodgers versus the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, what's his name? Matani is unbelievable.
Yeah.
He is the Babe Ruth of our era. If not, he's phenomenal.
All right, before we get to you to report, Bock, basketball last night, the NBA.
Yes.
The Lakers went down 119-109 to Golden State. Jimmy Butler, 31 points. Steph Curry, 23 points. Draymond Green, 8 points. For the Lakers, Luka, 43 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists. Austin Reeves, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. Bronny James and Daddy did not play last night. LeBron is out for, I think, a month, and Bronny just didn't get in the game.
Right.
All right, inside the NBA with Kenny, Shaq, Charles, Ernie will make their debut tonight on Inside the NBA on ESPN rather than TNT at 6 p.m. Eastern time, Bob. Season opener for OKC versus the Rockets last night. Thunder won it in 2 overtimes, 125-124. SGA, 35 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Clint Holmgren, 28 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Thunder, Kevin Durant, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. He fouled out I think at the end of the first overtime, didn't he, Bob?
Well, he was actually the one that fouled. So if it surprises you, this game came down to some free throws from the free throw merchant, as he's known, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He fouled out on the final. So I mean, it was literally his foul that sent him to the line, SGA, to hit the winning free throws. So Kevin Durant did. I mean, he took the blame for the loss too in his debut.
All right, big lineup tonight. Bob, what about your boys? When they open up tonight?
Yeah, they play the Celtics host the 76ers tonight at 6:30. So obviously that's not going to. The Celtics are not the talk of the town anymore, or talk of the NBA, because they're written off because of Jason Tatum's injury. But I still held out hope that they can make it to the playoffs under Jaylen Brown, and hopefully at that time Jason Tatum could return and give it a little bit of a go.
So you got Cleveland at New York tonight. Tickets as low as $195.
Ooh.
Brooklyn, Charlotte, tickets as low as $12. Miami, Orlando, tickets $49. Toronto, Atlanta, tickets low as $17. I wish I was down there. I would go to that one. Philly, Boston, tickets $82. Detroit, Chicago, $41. New Orleans, Memphis, $19. Washington, Milwaukee Bucks, $29. LA, what is that? LA Clippers versus Utah, $23. San Antonio, Dallas. Cooper Flag, $46. Sacramento, Phoenix, $43. Minnesota, Portland, $30. Bach, who I already know who you're going for, but Todd, are you a basketball guy?
No, the NBA could not happen, and I wouldn't know.
I'm going for it right now. I'm going for Minnesota.
Making your back to Ant Edwards.
I'm going back to Ant Edwards, but I'm still gonna say Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5.
I was a huge Bulls fan. Obviously, I think a lot of people were growing up.
Yeah,
I hated Michael. I was not a Michael fan.
I loved him, and I loved the way he dominated. And when he quit playing, I quit watching the NBA.
I was a Charles Barkley fan when he went to Phoenix.
Yeah.
And then I loved Karl Malone when he played with John Stark. And every team that Michael Jordan played against, I kind of loved because I don't like the great ones.
Maybe that makes a little more sense why you forgot that you had been to a Chicago Bulls game. The other day, we asked him if he'd been to an NBA game. He said no. And then a few minutes later, he's like, well, yeah, I did go to that Bulls game.
Yeah, CTE. But I forgot I went to a Chicago Bull game. They had Zach LaVine.
I went to one NBA game, and it was Game 5 of a playoff series between Boston and Orlando.
Oh, nice.
I was in Orlando for a Burger King convention thing that we were down there for, and
that was a heck of a series, like 2010 around there.
It was. Who's the big dude?
Garnett, Dwight Howard.
No, for Dwight
Alonzo.
Howard.
Yeah,
Dwight Howard, Superman.
Yeah,
and I went to that game with a buddy.
Fake Superman.
Yeah, he was a big dude. If you ever see him in person, he is a monster. He's a big dude. I was on an elevator one time with Patrick Ewing in New York. Got on an elevator. I'm like, that's like the tallest dude. And then I'm like, that's Patrick Ewing. Like,
were you at Madison Square Garden, or how'd you find Patrick Ewing?
I don't know where we were, but we ended up on an elevator with Patrick Ewing. And I was like, holy cow. Like, I've never. And then I was like, I know that guy. Like, you feel like you know him because you see him.
Do you guys remember? Because I think it was around the era. I think 90. I can't remember which year that Michael Jordan came and played a preseason game here, the Chicago Bulls. It was in Lincoln. I think it was like 90. It was right in 90, maybe 94,
Really?
95, something like that.
I missed it.
I have to look it back up, but yeah, they had some interesting preseason games. I think
Probably
Magic
playing
came here
football
for
at that time.
Yeah, didn't catch it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I was watching an old interview.
We didn't
about
have
it.
the internet back then either.
Well, yeah.
Harder.
Yeah,
Word
it
of
was
mouth.
hard to get stuff out when it's a flyer just flying on the ground and you pick it up. Oh, penny pitcher night. Let's go.
Well, let me guys, if you've heard of this, because this is the big news today. Nebraska announced earlier today that there will be a show at Memorial Stadium August 22nd, and it's headlined by, you guys tell me if you know these guys, because I don't, the boys from Oklahoma. No. Also will be the Cross Canadian Ragweed will be there.
Who?
Turnpike Troubadours.
Who?
Cody Jinks.
Who?
Flatland Cavalry.
Who?
You guys aren't getting tickets, are you?
No. You?
No, I've never heard of any of them. I don't know. There's been interesting responses online. Sorensen said the same thing. He had people come after him and say, "What, do you live under a rock?" I don't know. I don't know who these people are. But I'm getting older. You guys are older than me, so I don't know.
Something to cavalry. What is that? I mean,
Cross Canadian. No. That's Cross Canadian Ragweed. Flatland Cavalry.
Flatland Cavalry. Like we supposed to know who that is.
I don't know.
Who's the next one?
They're hoping to sell it out, obviously, or get a big number in there. There's 90,000 people they could fit in there.
CCR are the boys from Oklahoma.
Cross Canadian Ragweed.
I don't know who. I'm still lost.
Oh, they are the boys from Oklahoma. See, that could be two separate bands. That might be one. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Never heard of them.
Yeah.
They're going to be where?
They're going to come to Memorial Stadium, August 22nd.
Stadium.
We have a real concert there or something.
90,000 people.
Yeah, they're going to hope to get a lot of
Swift
people
or something.
Yeah, that's about what you'd have to do.
No.
Now, remember in June they're going to have the Savannah Bananas play at Memorial Stadium. Troy Dennon the other day updated. They've got 100,000 ticket requests for the Bananas. Remember, they're also going to play at Haymarket Park. So that is going over well. That's going to be a full stadium for the Savannah Bananas.
It'd be awesome. That looks so much fun.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
Like no. It looks like NSYNC playing baseball.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
It's.
I mean I can't say the word on the radio, but you know what I mean.
It's entertainment.
No, it's not.
I think they've done a great job with it.
Right.
Makes baseball interesting.
For me, it's not my cup of tea, much like Terrell, but I can't deny how popular it is around the nation and even here in Nebraska.
It reminds me of the Happy Gilmore movie now.
Yeah.
Like really that part.
Does.
Yeah.
Yeah, real baseball players should stand up for this. Stand up for your realness of baseball. Yeah, seeing somebody up there singing right before they pitch, and you know I can't pick you up my heart. Strike!
Throw it right by you.
Then as a fan catches the ball in the foul ball, it's out.
Yeah, they're out.
Yeah, that's pretty entertaining.
Yeah, it is entertaining.
Farley, what's wrong? Banana ball is awesome. Yeah, for people who like regular baseball. You know,
I like regular baseball.
Yeah,
too.
It's like football. You can have it on some roller skates. You know what I'm saying? You want roller skates on?
Our own league.
Yeah, roller skate football. That's what we're gonna call it.
Roller ball.
Yeah, roller ball.
It might work out. That might be the $1 million idea right there.
we'll put Terrell in a pink suit.
Nah, no,
yeah,
no
yeah.
Pink.
More
no
entertainment.
Pink.
Yeah,
no entertainment. Suit. No pink.
All whites?
No. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back with the Euler Report.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sauterheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Copple Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Copple is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Copple Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at copplecars.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Every home is different. Every family is different. So when it's time for a new heating and cooling system, why not get what fits you best? Get the perfect fit with Bryant. Maybe you need higher efficiency, better humidity control, increased warranty, or all the bells and whistles. Bryant provides options. Options in warranty, features, comfort, and efficiency while maximizing savings. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111, or visit BryantLincoln.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
We're back here on Bock the Blackshirt on 93.7 The Ticket. Thanks for joining us here on a Window World Wednesday with Todd Euler. And with that, it is time for the Euler Report with Todd in the building. Todd, what do we got for us this week?
Well, thanks. Always fun to come in and do this segment, especially when we're winning football games. But it's been a rough week for Husker Nation, and I think we're all on eggshells for this Saturday's game. At least we'll get it out of the way early. And, you know, it will either make our Saturday really, really well, or, you know, it'll start a lot of people's drinking really early, one or the other. So yeah, tough loss. I actually went to a high school football game, little 8-man action on Friday night. Watched the game on my phone while watching the football game. It was a fun game. Cody Volk was the head coach of Pender, who grew up in Battle Creek with my family and played at Nebraska, walked on at Nebraska as well. So it was good to see his team come out with the win. I think they've only got one loss. They start 8-man playoffs start this week. I think they play Thursday night. But yeah, it was fun. That's first time I've seen an 8-man game since Corey Eichmeyer broke my career rushing record for all classes back in like 98 or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. Corey, he broke my career rushing
Now,
record.
Connor Booth, he broke the touchdown record you had, right?
He didn't break mine.
Oh, okay.
He broke C2s, so I still have C1.
Oh, okay, yeah, nice.
Yeah, so I do. There is a running back at Wahoo that looks like he's probably going to break my single season rushing record this year. It's only been around for 33 years, no big deal. And that's good. I mean, records are meant to, I'm holding on to a couple.
Would you like to at least keep one, right?
I still have that. So single season touchdown record for class C1 is 49. I still have that one.
49.
And Connor Booth had 50 last year, but he also played in 13 games. So you got to put an asterisk there. But he was C2. And I don't know, I think some of my like playoff records will not. I don't know if anybody, I mean, they haven't been even close. Because I rushed for 2,800 yards my senior year. Most of them came in the playoffs. Like I averaged like 300 plus yards per game in the playoffs. So, 4 games, like 1,200 plus yards rushing.
Jeez.
And a lot of my touchdowns, I think I had six touchdowns in the first round, 6 in the second, 5 against Wood River in the semis. And I think I had 5 again in the finals. So, 12, 20, 22 of the 49 touchdowns in 4 of the 12 games that I played in. Right. So
how many titles did you guys win through your?
Just one.
Just one?
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
We lost.
Not the senior season.
To our, I'm not even gonna bring them up. To our Oklahoma.
Yes, there you go.
But yeah. So love this time of year for high school football. If you guys listen to my show on Saturday mornings, I talk a lot of high school football. It's a lot of fun. I think we have a team in Millard South that we haven't ever seen before in the state, right? Like we had 4 kids play Division I football off of our C1 team. And at that time, like you never saw more than 4 guys off of a high school football team in Nebraska go play Division I. And now it seems like Omaha South has like, I don't know, 12, 13 guys being, that have offers to Division I.
Just Iowa State.
Yeah, I mean,
4 alone.
So yeah, so it's interesting to see, and then throw in that whole dynamic of recruiting and whatever's going on in Omaha, and then there's people on both sides of the aisle, and I'd be one that would say like a lot, like if you look, a lot of those kids played in Millard South's youth football program. I think they said 18 out of the 22 starters, I believe, or maybe a little less than 16 of Millard South starters played in the Millard South junior football program growing up. Now, they may not have lived in that, but they play, they've been playing together. And I just think when you see a team elevate like that, it, high tides raise all boats, right? You, as a high school football coach, you have to figure out how do we get better? How do we emulate this, right? And so it'll be interesting to see in Class A how that goes. It's going to be really like C2. As Battle Creek is in, they're not going to make the playoffs for the first time in a long time. They had a rough season. They did play Norfolk Catholic really close last week. Actually had an opportunity to win that game and ended up losing 24-22. So a lot of awesome high school football going on. So don't forget Huskers that, Husker fans, that there's some great football on Friday nights to go watch, especially with playoffs coming up. I think this will be the last regular season games for A through C2 this Friday, and then playoffs will start for them. 8-man playoffs start this week. They have a 32 team bracket, I believe, versus a 16 team bracket like the rest of the 11-man has. So really, really a great time. Weather's been phenomenal for football. I can remember playing in, some stupid cold games but we will probably see that deeper in the playoffs. But yeah, this kid from Wahoo, probably, I think, was talking to Robert Berry, who's also a Battle Creek kid that walked on at Nebraska back in the. He was the last kid before Trent to play at Nebraska from Battle Creek.
Wow.
He is the AD at Wahoo, and I saw him at his dad was inducted to the Battle Creek Hall of Fame. And I saw him there. He goes, I think this kid's going to break your record. And he had like 1,600 yards before last week's game. And I'm like, yeah, it looks like it's probably going to go down. So I'm going to try and make sure and connect with Robert and be at that game if he breaks it. I have been at quite a few of the games where my records were broken. I haven't been at all of them.
You try to go out and shake their hand or something?
Yeah, just go out afterwards and say what's up. And so yeah, I know the kid from Ashland, Greenwood broke my career record, and I wasn't able to be there and whatever I wanted, which was weird. So, but yeah, otherwise, just, Trent's healing up. He's out of his sling. He's moving in the right direction with rehab. So, dealing with I'm moving in the right direction with my rehab from my back surgery. I'll tell you what, Window World has been busy, but you want to call us now because we're getting into that point where we're going to have to be installing these things in December and January. And obviously it's, weather, we're not going to come out in 15-degree weather and install your windows or your siding. So that can back things up a little bit with contracts and stuff like that, but had a phenomenal September 15th through October 15th push with our ultimate game day experience with me. We've actually extended that to the end of October. So we gave away the tickets last week for Northwestern, and now we've got the ultimate game day experience to give away. So you still have time. If we did a quote for you to sign a contract by the end of October, and it's the Iowa-Nebraska game, 2 tickets with me. We'll pregame in the Letterman's Lounge with all the other ex-Lettermen that bring their families and stuff. It's food, drink, all that stuff. You can purchase alcohol in there this year, which is interesting.
Yeah.
They don't give that away in there. You still have to buy it. I think it is maybe a little cheaper in there, but I don't know. I didn't look, but so yeah. So excited to give that one away and see who wins that. So for every $2,000 in your contract, you get an entry into the ultimate game day experience. Thinking we're going to have Terrell tag along with us just to give you the Hall of Fame of experience as well.
Sure.
Besides the walk-on experience, but it's kind of fun. Getting access to things that most people don't get access
Absolutely.
to. So it'll be fun, but otherwise just really, training hard, getting back into form, still not doing much with the legs. Definitely still it's interesting. I really didn't think it, I'm 19 and a half weeks out from surgery, and I mean, it's still pretty weak on the lower body, and still there's some things I can't do, which has been interesting for a guy like me that's used to just go.
Are you becoming more built up top compared to the bottom a little bit?
Everything's upper body right now.
Yeah.
And, I've been really blessed. Like I've been able to do pretty much any upper body workout I want to do. It's just, squatting or bending over, that kind of stuff is still a little touchy.
Yeah.
And obviously want this thing to heal right. And hopefully it's healed. I got an x-ray in December for my 6-month checkup, but never thought in my wildest dreams it would take this long. Like my first 2 back surgeries, within 6 weeks, I was back to normal. And so here we are 19 and a half weeks out. And I'm still like, this has been rough. And maybe it's because I'm 50, maybe, I don't know. But I feel really good with what's going on upper body wise. Probably back threw 95-pound dumbbells around last week. Gonna gonna shoot for hundreds tomorrow.
There you go.
So so I go over to the rack and pick up 100-pound dumbbells in each hand. Walk over to the incline, sit back, put them up, do my reps, and walk back with them, and feel it's pretty decent for a 50-year-old that had back surgery 19 weeks ago. So I can't really complain. But it's been a struggle, like a lot harder than I thought it would be. And sometimes I guess life tells you to slow down a little bit, right? But yeah, otherwise life's pretty good. We, get out and get to windowworldlincoln.com. Check it out. We'll come out. We do roofs like I did today already. This morning I did a bunch of windows, roof, siding. Yesterday did a roof and siding quote. So a lot of people don't know that we do roofs and siding. They just think, it's Window World. You just do windows. But yeah, just love getting out and in the community. The people I meet, it's just great. Like the guy I met this morning, it grew up in Seattle, Washington. And he has 12 rental properties in Lincoln. He moved here in 95, opened a coffee shop in 97, and has just been here ever since. It's just great meeting those kind of people. And had lunch with Kevin Ward today, who's, was one of my customers, and now I call him a friend. It's pretty fun getting into the Lincoln community and meeting different people, and I enjoy that part of the job, working with my brother and my nephew Paul, who's head of our installs. And so it's always fun being in Lincoln during the week, and then obviously with football season being back here on the weekends too. So sometimes I stay all the way through. This week I'm going back on Thursday. I got some stuff I got to do back in Norfolk, but I'll be back Saturday morning for the pregame show. Are you going to be around Saturday? Probably
no, I'm going to the Iowa City.
Yeah, you're going to be gone, so it'll just me. Yeah, maybe, but that was the first time Bock was on the pregame show with us.
That's right.
Maybe
yeah.
Let's just keep you out of here from here on out.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well.
It didn't go so great for us. So I'm not a superstitious guy at all. But when
that was a bad game.
When Terrell picked us to win, I just had I don't know if you could see it on the monitor since I was streaming in, but I was like, what's he doing?
Oh yeah.
So I'm blaming it all on Terrell. It's his fault.
Blame it on the text line.
Yeah, the text line got you going.
Yeah.
No, I'm not blaming the text. I don't see the text line. I got to figure out how to do that. I've had a show for like a year and don't know how to see the text line. And I don't. I guess, but text line's always been pretty good to me on this show for the most part. But yeah, I'm hoping for the Huskers to bounce back, put that loss behind them, put this Penn State stuff behind them, and just come out and play Husker football. Once again, we're 1-0 in Memorial Stadium, or we have a 1-game winning streak, I should say, in Memorial. And let's make that 2. Right?
There you go.
And let's find something we can build on. Is we're going to win at home at all costs, right? So I think that's what they need to be focused on this week, is defending Memorial Stadium, and nobody comes into our house and beats us. So let's start there.
2 quick questions for you before we end up in the Euler report. But you got to answer quick because we got under a minute. Is your daughter still wrestling this year, Todd?
No, she graduated last year, so she's in nursing school now here at Bryan. So yeah, I wish she had one more year. It would have been a lot of fun.
Then one more question: have you been to Wymore for high school football?
I have not. Wymore Southern, right? I actually drove somewhere close to that spot for a window thing the other day. I was like, oh, that's where Wymore is. I didn't know where it was, but I'm getting to see a little more of the south area of south of Lincoln. I hadn't really gone south of Lincoln before Window World. So I think I was in Sterling a couple weeks ago. Got some windows out there. But yeah, no, I need to go check out Wymore Southern.
Yeah, there you go. Add it to the list.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we got one more segment on Bock and the Blackshirt. Terrell is back in the room, in the studio, so we'll be back with more here on 93.7 The Ticket. You're invited to a Halloween karaoke party at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards on October 31st. Stop by Madsen's from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. for live music and a live podcast, costume contest, poker, and of course, karaoke. Admission is free, and there's still plenty of TVs to catch the Friday night college football games as well. That's 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. on Friday, October 31st for the Halloween karaoke party at Madsen's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holder.
Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sartor Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at sartorheyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the all-new Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide the smooth energy to get you through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Prepare for the Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card. Pinnacle Bank Arena. Friday, October 31st. Special guests, The Wonder Years and Dinosaur Pileup. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. The Maximum Fun Tour. A day to remember. Yellow Card.
Attention all Wings fans. Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 40% off boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.39 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today, 68th and O, or in Williamsburg Village.
Hi, Sean Callahan here, and I've got some great news for you. Copple Chevrolet GMC is proud to be the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln metros. Copple is also celebrating its 50th anniversary. We want to say thank you to all of our customers that have helped us reach these milestones. So come see why so many customers, including myself, are choosing Copple Chevrolet GMC for their automotive needs. Please check us out at copplecars.com.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left at once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
This is where it happens. Long hikes with friends, kayaking adventures with family, more horseback riding, zip line gliding, rock face climbing, hammock camping fun than you could ever imagine. And it's all outdoors, amongst the trees and across the prairie, here beneath Nebraska skies. Plan an outing today at yournebraskaadventure.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket. Bock the Blackshirt here. Bock, our quarterback, Mark Gronkowski, faces backlash over passing stats and Nebraska comments. Our quarterback, Mark Gronkowski, who transferred from South Dakota State, has guided the Hawkeyes to 5-2, 3-1 Big Ten mark with 7 rushing TDs, but no passing scores in 4 conference games. His remarks suggesting that Nebraska's Dylan Raiola held on to the ball too much during the Minnesota 9-sack performance drew criticism from the Cornhusker fans who pointed to Gronkowski's own limited area production. Our fans countered that the team's run-heavy offense blustered by a stout defense, allowing 16.1 per games, prioritize wins over passing flares ahead of Sunday clash with the Gophers.
Yeah, it's interesting. I saw that and initially you kind of think, well, screw that guy, right? How could the Hawkeyes quarterback think? But at the same time, you also think, well, I guess we have a guy. We have to just kind of acknowledge that also as part of the case. You're going to get sacked 25 times, averaging again 5 sacks per game against opponents not named Houston, Christian, or Akron. Part of it is on Dylan Raiola. So as he's evaluating it, and he's a good, like you said, maybe it's up in the air on whether he's a great quarterback altogether, but he's a pretty good running quarterback. He's that might be something that he notices before the next guy. But I mean, he didn't call out Dylan Raiola by name. He didn't say anything necessarily wrong with it. He just was asked about Minnesota's sack attack because, of course, Iowa plays Minnesota this week, and they got 9 sacks against their previous opponents. So, I mean, obviously that question will come up. I didn't think it was necessarily any problem the way that he responded to it. Again, didn't even mention Dylan Raiola by name, just said the opposing quarterback might have held on the ball long a few times. And maybe that's part of his answers. Maybe that, I got to avoid to do that.
Speaking of North Dakota State and South Dakota State will face off this weekend, Bob. It's going to be 7 p.m. on the 25th on ESPNU. North Dakota State is 7-0. South Dakota State is 7-0. And I think this is the battle of 1 and 2, like last year, Bob. How can these two teams from up there in the coldness of the Dakotas be so good, Bob?
It is year after year. It is fun to see them, kind of battle it out. To be fair, you kind of look at the other, teams ranked right behind them. Tarleton State, Montana State is right there. North Dakota. There's some schools around the nation, but obviously these aren't the biggest schools, and these are obviously schools that are at the Dakotas. So obviously they don't get the FBS treatment, but they are still kind of bigger schools for kind of state institutions, if you will. But they just got a long history, both of them do, of being great at that level. So it is always fun. It's one of the bigger rivalries. Certainly in the FCS, but in college football altogether. And usually there's these kind of stakes on it. And that's what makes that rivalry great, right? Is what we talked about with the Nebraska-Oklahoma rivalry, and maybe what's missing from the Big Ten rivalries Nebraska is trying to create is 1 versus 2, right? I mean, those type of stakes that are put on that game. So that'll be a fun one. Maybe we'll have to throw that into the picks this week.
All right, Buck. Manny Diaz, yes or no at Penn State?
I don't think I would necessarily be interested in that if I'm Penn State. I mean, the failures at Miami there might be, the biggest thing that's causing me to hold off. I also want to see him win more at Duke before I jump on that. Obviously, Manny Diaz was the defensive coordinator at Penn State at a time when they did pretty well, allowed him to kind of jump back up in the ranks and get that Duke job. But the Duke job has been pretty good since Mike Elko left. So how much of that is what you're inheriting there? I wouldn't do that. I will say that, say this, as you're looking toward this week, the distraction that maybe played a factor in Nebraska getting beaten is last year's Matt Rule week, or last week's Matt Rule experience. That's what's going on right now with Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is by far the loudest name in the Florida job opening, and Ole Miss has got a big game at Oklahoma this week, so we'll see if they can take care of business.
I don't want to get the kid last name Guthrie.
Rex Guthrie, yep.
Got a black shirt.
That's right.
All right.
How many of them? I told you at the beginning of the year they're going to get up there, 15, 16. I don't know how many they've got.
Bach always said it was between 15 to 18 black shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just said, it's straight 11. No, somebody else said that, not me.
That's right.
I always said you can end up with 19, 20 black shirts at the end of the year if you add your seniors to it on the last game of the season.
Well, there you go. They've been adding up. Shavers got one. Shavers has one, right?
I think he does. He needs to get out the IR and get back on the field. Yeah. 93.7 The Ticket, Bock in the black shirt. We'll see you tomorrow when we do Smoking Gun Beef Jerky of Nebraska here at 93.7 The Ticket. We out.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer